Morning, Monday morning, the morning after the day before, or however it's said. What can I say about yesterday? I actually still don't know. I'm actually still on such a high after yesterday. Woke up this morning, 7 o'clock, went through, Kerry was sitting, and she says, you know, hey, how are you? I says, I feel like $1 million blooming dollars. And I really do. I just feel like I really don't know how I feel. It's incredible. I never ever thought for the life of me that I would ever run a marathon. And even though, you know, I've run a couple of halves and done long runs and stuff like that, you still have that kind of doubt in your head that you can actually do it. And stuff just keeps popping into my head from yesterday. There's some great stuff happened. For example, going through Holyrood Park, and there was a group there was about 20 or 30 people all kind of running together. I was in this group of people that are just running, and there was this guy, and he just started singing, and he started with Otis Redding's Dock of the Bay, and he's singing Dock of the Bay as we're running. I'm thinking, my God, what's going on here? And then he started singing King of the Road, you know, trailer for sale or rent, that one. And the next thing, everybody, including myself, started singing, and we sang the whole of King of the Road as we're running through Holyrood Park. And you know, this was only like a mile or so into the marathon, and it actually picked you up. I mean, you know, yeah, it was only a mile in, but it still gave you a good pick me up, and it was just like, wow, that's awesome. And then running along Portobello Promenade, and I saw two guys that I used to work with, Craig Ireland and Billy Thompson, and they were working at Portobello Swim Centre. So I ran past, gave them a hug on the way past, and then I heard my name getting shouted, and I turned, and it was a lady called Susan, who is the race director for the Edinburgh Park Run that myself, Kerry, Kobe and Blaine do. And I ran over, gave her a hug, and you know, all the while, you know, hugging people while running is it's quite a hard thing to do. And then further on was Kerry's sister, our niece's husband, and Kerry's nephew's children, and they were all shouting and over, and it was just such a good feeling. Then got to Musselburgh, and this is about 3-4 mile in, and I was looking at my time, and I'm like, right, and I'm trying to calculate what time of day it was, because my watch, my Garmin, which again ended up being something like half a mile behind, are really irritating that. So I think I need a new Duberizer. Got to Musselburgh, and I done my calculations, and I thought, right, Kerry will be finished her half marathon. So I took my phone out and I phoned her while I'm running, and the first thing she said to me as soon as she answered was, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing, I'm just phoning to see how you got on, because it turned out her niece had texted her to say, we've just seen Barry, he's looking really good, you know, he's looking great. So and I said, I wanted to phone to see how you got on. And she said that she had completed it, she had got over the finish line, and I felt so good. Again, it was just another boost that Kerry had done the half marathon. So proud of her, so pleased for her, incredible stuff. And we had a chat, and I said, so where are you now? And she said, I'm in Greg's the baker's. I could do nothing but laugh, you know, because, you know, she's just done a half marathon, and now she's in the baker's getting a sausage roll or something. So you know, we said our goodbyes and whatever. Kerry says, I'll see you at the finish. because what Kerry done, our brother Ross went, picked her up, took her home so she could get a shower and something to eat and whatever, and then brought her back. Now, from where we live to Musselburgh is about, say about 10 miles, 10, 11 miles, something like that. Maybe a wee bit more. So, you know, Ross done us so well yesterday. A legend for all the running about he done for us yesterday. But I came off the phone and there was two guys running beside me, and one of them said, well, you must be one fit laddie if you can, you know, hold a conversation on the phone while running a marathon. And I says to him, no, I says, you know, first marathon and just, you know, this, that, and the next thing. And I said, you know, that was my wife. I was just seeing how she got on in a half marathon, and they were like, oh, how did she do? I said, well, she finished, she done it, you know, she completed it. And they were like, oh, brilliant. So is that her away for a drink? And I said, no, she's actually in Greggs right now. And the two of them burst out laughing. And then he said, can you phone her back and ask her to pick us up some sausage rolls? You know, so there was that. That was a lovely moment. You know, two people that had no idea who I was or Kerry was. You know, congratulating Kerry for doing a half marathon and having a bit of banter on the way round. Other things like signs, some of the signs were just, oh, some of them were absolutely brilliant. You know, there was one that said, it was something along the lines of, the finish line is near, you'll have bragging rights, for lifetime bragging rights. And I thought, oh right, okay. Another one said, if Trump can run, so can you. That tickled me. The first person I thought of was my friend Jamie Nicol, who's in America. And instantly, I thought, oh God, if only Jamie could see that. There was also things like smile if you need to poo. That was a funny one. And there was some absolute crackers. The downside though, the negative thing from yesterday was the amount of people who were lying on the roadside being tended to by medics. It was people on drips and all sorts. It was actually quite horrible to see, and I hope all these people have recovered. You know, it was just really quite distressing to see so many people lying at the side of the road who had, you know, fainted, collapsed and whatnot. It wasn't nice at all. And Kerry said the same happened on the half marathon. She counted 12 people sort of lying at the side of the road getting tended to by the medics. And you know, it is a really not a nice thing to see. But you know, I suppose it's kind of part and parcel of these sort of events. Coming into the finish, the crowds were amazing. It was just like they gave you often hear the term for some marathons that, like especially London, where they say, you know, when you're coming down the finishing straight, it's as though the crowd lifts you and carries you across the finish line. That happened. But if any of you have watched a video of me finishing yesterday, because that was the thing, I was coming down towards the finish and I thought, I've videoed pretty much everything to do with me doing this marathon, all, you know, after training sessions, all that sort of thing. I thought I need to film me getting across the finish line. You know, that would be the ideal way to kind of finish all that kind of that side off. So I done that, but there's a bit in it where I kind of, as I'm running, I kind of look back and then loop back round, and you hear me asking somebody if he's all right. There was a guy just in front of me. Now we're talking 10-20 yards from the finish. He actually staggered and then had to get himself across to the barriers to kind of hold himself up. And there was you know, people shouting, "Oh my God!" And I went back to see if he was all right, and I said to him, you know, take my arm, I'll, you know, and the guy said, no, I'll be fine, just you get to the finish. And you know, I was like, right, cool, and you know, so I done that. But the crowd do carry you through the finish. It was amazing stuff. And I still can't find the words to express how I feel about it all. But once again, thank you everybody who's donated. We're over £1,000 now, which is just fantastic stuff, just incredible stuff. Everybody that gave me hints and tips and, you know, suggestions and whatever, thank you, because you know, I can't think of one one thing that I didn't try, you know, from the gels to bar to energy bars to drinks to a yoga. Tried a bit of yoga. Thank you, Sarah, for that. Tried a wee bit of yoga, and Conrad, who had been doing my legs, massaging my legs every so often. Thank you, Anne, because that definitely helped. You know, and you know, it just so many people just have done so many brilliant things for Kerry and I during all the training and stuff, and we can't thank you enough, because you know, the support alone, just even the, you know, the good luck messages and stuff was just enough to, you know, give us the boost to, you know, really go and do this. So but my estimated time, the time I'd put down for myself, was 4 hours 45, and that was at me doing on average a 10-minute mile. That's because that's what I was training for, 10-minute miles. I actually finished it in 4 hours 24 minutes, and I'm just totally like gobsmacked by that. Absolutely gobsmacked. I can't believe that I actually managed to do it in that time. Just ridiculous. But the thing was that there was people running yesterday in costume. I mean, yesterday was hot. It was just such a hot day. But it was a guy in a full Buzz Lightyear costume, and I'm not talking like one of these wee fancy dress joke shop Buzz Lightyear costume. We're talking as though he had just stepped out of Disneyland Buzz Lightyear costume. You know what I mean? Like a proper big one. There was a stormtrooper, full stormtrooper gear. There was guys running in a Viking longboat. They were going for the world record for a Viking longboat doing a marathon. There was a massive guy, he was huge, big bear of a man, dressed up as a big pink fairy with a bucket, raising money for one of the breast cancer charities. He looked bloody awesome. And there was a few other costumes. Scooby-Doo was running, and a few others, and you know what, it was just so good to see a lot of these people, folk high-fiving you. You're on your way out, there's people coming back the way towards the finish, shouting encouragement to you, you're shouting encouragement to them, the crowds along the lines, high fives with the kids, and people offering you sweeties and bits of oranges and drinks and all that sort of stuff. It's just, the whole experience was amazing. So would I do it again? Probably not Edinburgh. I probably may do another marathon, because the buzz that you get from it's incredible. I may do another marathon. I'm not saying I will, but I may do another marathon. I'm in the ballot for London for next year, so you know, you never know. But my aim is, I'm 50 soon in 2019. I will be 50 years old. My aim now is to do the Paris Marathon for my 50th birthday. So I fancy that. I really fancy doing that to mark, you know, being half a century year old. So there you go. There's my next step, hopefully. Because someone had put onto my next adventure. I think it may have been Tina Evans in Australia, I think it was. I could be wrong, I can't remember. Said, you know, now on to your next big adventure. I went, oh Christ, give me a couple of days. But yeah, I've thought about it for all of about 30 seconds and said, right, I would love to do the Paris Marathon for my 50th birthday. So Kerry, it looks like we may be going to Paris in 2019. I'll have to really think about this though, because over the coming days, I know over the coming days, you know, my legs are going to be, you know, sore and whatnot, and I may change my mind about doing another marathon. But at the moment, I would like to go and do another marathon. I've got that kind of buzz. about it. So, but anyway, that's been that. It's been a long journey, but it's been a journey that's been worthwhile. All the good stuff, all the bad stuff, the illness, the injuries, the soreness, the highs, the lows, the in-betweens. It was all worth it for crossing that finishing line yesterday, and we done it. And I say we because it was all of us. We all done it yesterday, and it's just I just done the running part, and it's something that I will never ever forget. That's for sure. So thank you everybody, and thank you for all your donations to Alzheimer's Scotland. I'm sure the folk there will be over the moon at the donations made. So legends, each and every one of you. So thank you very much. I'm now off. I've just dropped Robin off. She starts a new job today. So I've just dropped her off because she can't drive at the moment because she's done ligaments in her foot. So that was that. Oh, Erasure. We didn't go to see Erasure on Saturday night, and now with massive amount of hindsight, I'm glad we didn't, although I missed what was apparently an amazing concert. It got evacuated because there was a fire, and the concert finished a lot later than expected, and we probably wouldn't have got home to about 2 o'clock in the morning to then get up 4 hours later to go and run a half marathon and a marathon, which just wouldn't have been very good. So we made the right decision, although I'm still quite gutted. But we made the right decision not to go. Sorry Andy, and everybody else. So that's that. So I'm now on my way home to get Kerry and Kerry's mum and dad, and we're going through to Livingston of all places for the day. And no doubt I'll probably eat my weight in food today because I'm actually starving. Oh, there's a thing. The worrying thing is that after yesterday's shenanigans, I weighed myself this morning and I stayed exactly the same as I was last week. How the hell can you go and run 26 bloody miles and stay the same flipping weight as you were last week? I mean, what's all that about? What's that? Bloody typical. But to finish on a lovely note, my brother George, who only see once in a blue moon, he was there yesterday. There was a guy who was in the Royal Scots Army with my brothers, and he was looking for sponsors for Poppy Scotland, and you could sponsor each mile, and mile 17 was the Lawrence Dixon mile. It was my brother who was killed in Ireland while on active service, the Lawrence Dixon mile. So my brother George was there at mile 17, but mile 17 was on the other side of the road, so you're going up one side, you're looping round and you're coming back down. So I'm running, and the next thing I see is this guy standing in the middle of the road taking pictures of me. It was my brother. So I hugged him on the way past, and he says, I'll see you on the way back. So went up a couple of miles, looped round, came back down, and then the crazy bugger jumped onto the road and gave me a banana. So I'm running along eating this fresh looking banana with people looking at me thinking, where the hell did you get a fresh looking banana? So thanks for that, George. And then we went out last night for something to eat. Myself, Kerry, Blaine and Kobe, and my brother George was there with his wife Trisha, and Greg, Michael, Kerr, and George's grandchildren, and Greg's partner, and we had something to eat and a good catch up. So yeah, pretty awesome stuff. So there you go. Right, I've slavered on long enough. So if you've managed to get to the end of this video, then you deserve a bloody medal. But again, I can't really express how I feel right now. Although I'm doing a lot of talking, I still can't express how I actually feel. And once again, thank you, each and every one of you, for what you've done for Kerry and I. Just incredible. But now I get my life back. I have no idea what I'm going to be able to do with all this time I have on my hands now, because I'll not be training. So I'll just enjoy life. So Anyway, I'll see you all later and be good. Cheery!